Why does it always do this? Hold on. What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Toy Talk. I really like it when we just mess up like that. It just shows that we're all human. So it is Monday, November 21st. I'm one of your hosts. My name is Toy Father. You can call me Chris. With me, as always, I got Cox Create. How you doing, buddy?
Hello.
We got
I'm good.
No Chewing.
Good.
No
Yep.
Chewing.
No Chewing, what's
How
up?
you doing, buddy? And we got
Good.
Toy Attic. Toy Attic is unmuted now. Unmuted now. How you doing, man?
Doing well, man. How you guys doing?
Good. Oh man, it's Monday. I'll tell you, Monday again hit me in the face again, and it's good to do this because this is what I like to do to unwind. Hopefully, all you guys are doing all right.
Doing good.
Sounds good. Well, you guys are really talkative today, so this is really awesome.
My audio is glitchy, so I'm gonna jump in, jump back out, jump off,
Okay.
jump back in.
Sounds good. So Danny, what have you been up to, man?
Danny, I got tons of packs, bro.
Repeat that. I'm sorry, you were broken up a little.
I was saying I got tons of packs to open.
Oh, okay. What Pokemon packs?
Yeah.
Oh,
Are you into the Pokemon, Danny?
I used to
Now,
when I was younger. When I was younger, I was
You were?
big into I was a big Mew. I'm still a Mew fan. I love Mew's my favorite Pokemon.
Mew, not Mewtwo.
Not Mewtwo. I like Mew.
Well, I mean, really, like.
I know. You know what? And that's the same reaction I would get every time. And they're like, "Wait, you like the little pink cat with mouse looking thing?" I was like, "Yeah, I like Mew. It's my favorite one."
I mean, yeah, musical. You know, my daughter opened up the pack. They're really into.
Time out. I'm mad you just did like, oh yeah, that's nice.
Well, no. My daughter opened up a pack. It connects to your story the other day, and she pulled a pretty valuable Mew. And she was pretty pumped. So we put in a nice little package, hard case, soft, and all that.
I still have.
It's all protected.
I still have my like pyramid looking one, and it's supposed to be like very rare.
Oh, really?
I still have it from like when they first came out. I got that one, and I got like the first holographic one that had came out also.
Get that graded, yo.
Yeah, I ain't worried about that. This is awesome. I got this though in the mail.
Oh, nice. The accessory
nice.
set.
Frankenstein accessory set. So
Was it Frankenstein one?
Yeah, the whole like stretcher thing and like table with the head sculpt and the torch and the blank, the sheet, bunch of stuff in the backdrop too. Pretty cool.
Oh, that's awesome. Are you gonna open that up, or are you just gonna?
Did you open it yet?
Yeah. No, I haven't opened it. Yeah, I received it today, so I'm probably gonna use it maybe tonight, or if not tomorrow. I don't know. I don't know what to do with it yet, so I'm just here debating.
Well, while in the show before the show, I opened up this guy.
Nice.
So
I was actually watching the show.
Oh, you were.
Yeah,
It was pretty awesome.
Toy Plate community beat me to it when you asked what was the name of the dog, and Josh said Otis. I was like, yeah, it's Otis.
I mean, it could have been Otis, Milo,
No,
Otis.
No, I was gonna like mess everybody up, start trolling people. It's like, yeah, his name is Otis, damn it.
No Chewing. How you doing, man?
Doing well.
Yeah. What have you been up to?
Not too much. I keep buying, I showed it on the show right before this. I keep buying these little custom heads.
Oh, nice.
So this Saturday, No Chewing and I have a play date. We're hanging out, and we're going to spend the day maybe painting some custom heads and figuring out what we're going to do.
That's right.
Fairly.
We buy a lot of different pieces and basically a starter kit for customizing figures, and we're gonna give it a go.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I'm not a painter, I'm not a customizer, but I will be on Saturday.
Yes, it could be
You gotta go
great.
live.
It's the Coach K. Today could be great, but fully accept that it could be terrible.
You should do it before and after, like show the just a blank.
You just got to
scope
do it.
and then- Yeah.
We'll do it. We'll do it.
Yeah.
Josh, how you been, man?
It's like I never wanted to blackwash a figure, but you just got to do it and then see how it turns out.
That's true. That's true. I did blackwash I just blackwashed a Spidey Buggy, which I was really pumped about. It turned out really well. Figure I have not done yet.
Yeah.
But Josh, were you looking to like open those packs tonight or like throughout the stream?
Yeah, I mean, if that's something we want to do while everybody's talking, I can just on my screen just go back. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever you want to do. I think that
I got him to
Josh
stream
has
live
like
with, so
Josh has like 50 something packs to open throughout the stream, so we can see if he gets any valuable cards. Well, everyone, let me tell you, it is Monday, and we're starting off our Monday good. Remember, look at our tags. You can follow us. If none of you follow us right now or subscribe to our YouTube page, all we ask is to click a button. Just click that button, subscribe, click that button, like if you like what you're seeing, please do. That helps us, and it really helps us feel good about ourselves, first of all. And then second of all, get a following so we can write, so we can make really good content for all of you. We have a plug, no chewing. It's the holiday season, right?
That's right. So we discussed this last week and the week before, but as we're getting closer to holiday season, I mean, we're already in it. I'm already watching Christmas specials. I'm already doing a lot of shopping for myself and family and friends, mainly for myself.
Too
But
soon.
with that said, too soon. Huh? Come on. But with that said, one of the things we always talk about is doing like a Secret Santa for ourselves. But for this specific year, we decided, why do any of us need one more figure? We'd rather put it toward a worthy cause. And no other worthy cause in my mind is greater than toys for children during the holiday season. I'm often reminded of a couple of charities that I'm involved with that through programs like Toys for Tots or a toy donation program, there's hundreds of local ones, that may be the only gift that a child receives this holiday. And that, honestly breaks my heart. So what we want to do is encourage those that are able to go and donate, go pick up a haul and donate to a worthy charity like Toys for Tots or otherwise. Internally, we're going to commit to a low competitive, friendly competition amongst ourselves who can develop the best $50 haul. So we'll have a little bit of fun while we do it. But honestly, the main goal is to raise awareness and get people to donate to, support toys for children around this holiday.
Yeah, like No Chewing was saying, it's so easy throughout the year, 364 days in the calendar year. We are always, as toy collectors, buying for ourselves, right? Many of you maybe buy for other people, and that's fine too. But this is really a time not to really not think about ourselves, think about other people that need it, other people that want it, and have fun with it. So we're going to commit to at least $50 for us for this competition that we're doing. It's really just $50 between the four of us, and each of us are going to do a $50 haul and see what we can do and post our pictures to show who can do the best $50 haul. Now, we want as many people that can do this and post their pictures as well, and we'd love to show them on our show as well, to show what kind of haul that you are giving to all types of families and children in need for the holiday season. So we can't wait to see it. It's a really good cause, and it was a really good idea, no chewing. So I'm glad we're doing it.
Yeah, and our awesome guest is actually part of that as well. So between the four of us and him, and probably a few others, we'll have a good competition around it.
Nice.
But let me tell you, we have an amazing guest coming up, and we're gonna introduce him in just a sec. But let's go to the chat. Plasti Addicto, what's going on?
That one,
Plasti.
boy.
Oh, nice. What is that one? That's a good one, I think. It's really shiny. J Shot, how you doing, bud?
That's a VMAX.
1 knock, 3 on 7. How you
It's
doing?
really shiny.
Machu Toy, how you doing? We got toying around in here. We got Darth Gutierrez. How you doing?
What's up, man?
Legendary Poser. Hail that butter baron. I don't know who that is. Realm of
That's our
Toys is
guest.
in here. Oh, got it. Butter baron. Butter Nation representing. Got it. Toy Pick community. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for simulcasting with us before the show. That was huge. Unworthy Collector. Check him out. He's got some a funny reel going on. Toy Pick. Much appreciated, bud. 1-6 Shooter. Trevor, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for coming on. I know you're going on pretty soon.
I was gonna say, Trevor have an off night.
Yeah. Unboxing Art. Go check out Unboxing Art.
Mhm.
His YouTube page. He's got amazing reviews. He's awesome. Check him out. Okay. So, guys, really excited. We were supposed to have one guest on, but she couldn't make it. And it's okay because this guest coming up, it was a little kind of impromptu, but he agreed to it. And I'm so happy that he did because he's someone that I've been watching for a little bit. And I know No Chewing has as well. Sorry. He has, first of all, he's Canadian. He's an amazing dude. He does incredible reviews and unboxings, dope or nope. He also has enabler friends just like us. So just like No Chewing enables me on many stupid purchases, just like Danny or Josh, as we enabled them for stupid purchases, as you can see by Josh unpacking a crap load of Pokemon cards. He also has enabled friends, High School Creations, 796 Studios,
Hey, this is
Yoko
all
McCain. Just yesterday, I just watched him play Pokemon on a live stream. Sometimes he'll shut down an entire Toys R Us just to do a video with maybe a famous actor or just his friends. I'm not sure. We're going to ask him how he did that. Well, we're super excited to have him here. We got Toying Around, a.k.a. Kevin. How you doing, bud?
Well, guys, I was a backup?
No, you were not a backup. You were a last-minute guest.
How's it going?
Good,
What's up,
man. How you doing?
Just recovering from the flu a little bit, so my voice is a little bit little sexy, a little R&B-ish, but soon it'll be back to normal.
It sounds great.
Yes.
Everyone can just shut off the chat and listen to his voice.
Smooth, dulcet tones.
I'll just read like a takeout menu for a little bit.
Got a double
Just
banger.
read us. Go pull Twilight out from underneath your desk and just start
Ooh,
reading it
what
to
cards
us.
did you get? Let me see.
Let's do a oneer. Josh.
Oh, he seems busy. That's all right.
We got the
Josh.
Radiant Alakazam,
Ooh.
Oh.
and then we got the Mawile V. All in one pack.
All right.
Nice pack.
That's how we like it.
Now, are you a Pokemon enthusiast as well? Well, you were playing Pokemon.
I just started a few months ago because my kids got into the cards. So, like any good collecting father, I'm like, yes, let's go buy more stuff. And because I collected a lot of cards growing up too, so
Let's
and
go buy
I never,
all of it.
yeah, I never got into Pokemon when I was younger. I don't know why. And then I'm like, well, here's my chance because I've always seen the cool toys on the shelves, like the Jazzware Select ones, and I'm like, all right, here's my chance. So I'm like full send on everything, buying packs all the time. The new game came out, so I'm playing that. Excuse me. I'm playing that, so learning as I go, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, my kids recently got into Pokemon cards too, so of course I'm like, hey, every Saturday, do you want to buy more Pokemon cards? And of
Every
course they're gonna say
Saturday,
yes.
damn.
Not every Saturday.
Nice.
Well, when I say every Saturday, the last 2 Saturdays.
Okay.
All right. So before we get into it, Kevin and everyone, all you know, I like to do some icebreakers. I like to do a discussion question. So here's our discussion question for today.
Hmm.
What, in your opinion, is the best movie trilogy out there? Let's talk. Now, let me start. Let me start for me. Now, automatically, I thought of so many that were near and dear to my heart. There's only one that I can watch over and over again, and that is timeless to me, and that is Back to the Future. I can watch all 3 of those movies back to back to back, and it doesn't lose anything for me. Like, I never get sick of it. Even Back to the Future 2 for me was on the TV all the time, and you think you'd get sick of that. I watched it like every day, like on, the afternoon movies, and I never did, and I still don't. So for me, it's Back to the Future. All right, why don't we start with our guest? Let's be a good, gracious host. Kevin, what do you think?
Trevor's in the chat says Lord of the Rings. It's up there. The Fellowship is up there, but Star Wars is what drives like 90% of everything that I do right now. And you can always throw one of those original trilogy movies on. So it's Star Wars, but Lord of the Rings, it was when you said like, we're going to talk about this. Those are my top 2 that I had to decide on.
Those were definitely up there for me. Lord of the Rings was just an event when I was in like high school, I think, when those came out. Was just an event when they came out, because it was like the next big thing since Star Wars. So I knew you were going to say Star Wars. I knew you were going to say it. All right, let's talk to Danny.
Well, you took mine.
Yeah? No way.
Yeah, you did. Because I think Back to the Future is a perfect trilogy, in my opinion. But
perfect.
If I could pick, it's perfect. In my opinion, it is a perfect trilogy. But if I could pick another trilogy that I would say is perfect, in my opinion, would be the Toy Story trilogy. Well,
that was up there for me too.
1, 2, 3. I think before like the newer ones, I think Toy Story was like big because
4 is good.
4 is great. 4 is great. I love all of them, but I think before 4 came out, had they not ever made 4, I think Toy Story 1, 2, and 3 were great itself because it kind of started this whole like Pixar thing with them, and then you see how much they evolved and like they played out the story so well. So I think Toy Story, and that's like one of my favorite, besides The Lion King, it's like my favorite Pixar movie. So I think Toy Story is like up there for me.
Legendary poser. Big Mama's house.
I didn't realize there was a third one, but
Is there a third one? Yeah, is there a third Big Mama's
well,
house?
I mean, I assume Legendary Poser knows what a trilogy is, so I trust that user to know that there's a Big Mama's House 3, even bigger house.
Yeah, I am seeing, Trevor says Star Wars, but Lord of the Rings was the greatest, and we got Jorge. He's saying Lord of the Rings for sure. All right, Josh, how about you? Josh?
It has to. Okay, RoboCop.
RoboCop. Okay. Yeah,
RoboCop.
we should have guessed. We should have guessed RoboCop for you.
Yeah.
Well, give me the reasons why.
Because
Josh?
I love RoboCop. Reason 1. Number 2,
no reasons, Chris.
RoboCop's badass. Number 3, RoboCop's bad. I mean, look at the shirt. What's this from?
All right.
Making
RoboCop.
bitches leave since 1987.
No chewing. How about you?
You know, I'm gonna say Star Wars, but it's a compelling case now that I think of Back to the Future and Toy Story. Overall, although I will say the fourth one is my favorite one currently. I think it hits differently with kids. Well, when you have kids and you watch that movie, you're like, oh, okay. I'm much more about Woody and his story arc in that one. And Back to the Future for me is not a perfect trilogy. It's a good one, but that first film is, stands out as a shining beacon. And number 2 and number 3 are great, but that first one's just, you can watch that over and over again. It's a classic. It should always be a classic. I'm gonna say Star Wars, the original trilogy. I just recently watched it on Saturday. My son turned 5, and he's been, aware of Star Wars for quite a while. Tons of toys, tons of Legos, books, and all that. But we held off letting him watch it because I don't know. I assume a lightsaber is just gonna be slammed up against my head at some point after he sees this movie. So we watched the first one, A New Hope. And that movie is also timeless. It holds up, even though it's been like 40 something years. I don't even know the anniversary it's on. And Empire stands out to me. Returns. For me, that is the trilogy.
You don't talk about Star Wars that much, though. So I don't think it's
too close to my heart.
This is how you know we've made it.
What?
The old
RoboCop.
site is commenting in your shit.
Oh gosh.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Just acknowledge them, the ghosts.
Boys are famous.
All right. So in the chat, we got Unworthy Collector, Wizard of Oz. Something I wouldn't have asked. I didn't think Unworthy Collector was that. Is he trolling?
Yeah.
Are you
There's a journey to Oz?
Toybook Community says Austin Powers.
That's a good one. I don't know.
Meet the Parents. Darth Gutierrez. I prefer RoboCop 2014 instead of the original deal.
Whoa.
It's a troublemaker. That guy.
Oh, he's trolling.
DG's an instigator.
Troll.
Machu Toy, Kev, you brought the boys, but he meant bots.
That's right. The sex bots. They roll with me. One of them was on one of my chats. It's a real person. Because everyone was joking and they were like, shout outs to the sex bots. And then one of them actually wrote, don't forget to hit the thumbs up on the video. I'm like, whoa, what? I thought it was they were just pre-recorded messages. And, unless it's some Skynet going on.
Oh, that's...
He played it off
well.
well.
You got a sex bot fan? That's a level. That's a milestone.
Dan Segbits. Skydrill Walker, how you doing, buddy? I just watched Skydrill Walker's Target customer service video. It's pretty funny.
It's hysterical.
I'm not trolling. Oz is my favorite.
Oh, that's something new. Something we need to talk about later.
And I don't know. We're gonna get down to this, Kev, but we'll see.
Man,
we'll see if
I do.
We're gonna get
Machine Gun Jubblies, man. Whoever said Austin Powers trilogy would know that reference.
All right. Well, everyone, thanks for that. I was doing some sort of rando question. That is good. Some other trilogies that I actually looked up and found. Let me just get to this. Indiana Jones. That was up there for me. That I almost said that one.
Mm-hmm.
Say what you will.
Oh,
I do like. Indy. Yeah, Indy's a good one. The Nolan Batman movies.
Okay.
Die Hard. Yeah, no.
Die Harder?
What was the one that just popped up? Live Free or Die Hard. That's one I like.
Is that the one where he jumps on the side of a plane?
No, I think that's Die Hard 2. Blade.
He does that in every movie.
Oh,
What
but
about The
Blade
Matrix?
3, that was bad.
Yeah, The Matrix. Well, I'm not saying these were good. Not all of these are good, but these are just ones
Okay.
that are up there. Spider-Man is one. Mad Max, gets older. The Matrix, yeah. The Bourne Identity. Fast and Furious. Mission Impossible. Just
Well,
a
Fast
few.
and Furious, let's pause there for a moment. What would be considered the trilogy for Fast and Furious? Is it
All right, so you got
Really.
1, 2, and 3. 3 being Tokyo Drift, your like guilty pleasure. Then post Tokyo Drift, and then like
okay? Okay, I could see it.
Justin Lin directed, I believe, 4 of those movies.
Yeah,
Then
he
he
started with
stopped.
Tokyo Drift, and
Yeah, he started
then
with Tokyo Drift.
yeah. Okay,
So
so the
whatever it is,
trilogy
it's
for Fast and Furious is when they came back, and suddenly they were on the run, and then they go to Brazil, and then they fight The Rock in Europe. I guess that those 3 movies are pretty solid.
none of they all blend together. That's like all that plot is all Fast and Furious 4. Like that's
Oh
I
yeah,
believe that's
yeah, it's
all.
all one thing.
All right. All right. Well, let's get down to
Yes,
getting to
Die Hard
know.
1 is a Christmas movie.
Yes, it is a Christmas movie. Let's get in and talk about toying around. So, toying around, we like to talk about the toy community. We bring in different people from the toy community. We talk about toys. We talk about why toys bring us together. Why does it bring us together? So, let's get into your origin story. How did you become toying around? What did you start? When did you start collecting all of that stuff, and how it morphed into what you are now?
I'm an only child, so as a child, I had a lot of toys. Um, like completely spoiled with toys. And when we moved here from Hong Kong, my parents brought most of it with us. And then I stopped for a little while. Then I got back into it. I ran into a random toy show near my house. Bought a detolf, bought some figures, filled it up, needed more detolfs, and then it just went crazy. I saw people doing toy photography on Instagram, and and it just kind of started from there.
Did you start during the pandemic, like everyone else, or was that before that?
Oh no. This was like 2013.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah, so
So, what did you start?
2013. Um, I think I started with some Toy Biz Legends. My first goal was to build like the X-Men animated series, kind of Jim Lee team of X-Men, and I was started with the Sentinel Bath, and being the new collector, I was like, oh, I'll just buy Mintarn card figures off eBay because I get the figure and the bath, and man, some of those were crazy expensive. Um, but everyone has to start somewhere and learn the game, where to buy stuff, where not to, and kind of stay in your lane of what you want to buy instead of just buying everything that you see, because every year there's just more stuff out there, and if you don't have that focus, well, you're gonna end up like me with all this junk around here that I'm trying to sell.
Um, that is the truth. I think a lot of us. So I started collecting when I was in college. I mean, I had toys all the time, but college. So that started in like 2000, and then I stopped for a little bit, but went hard during the pandemic. And I think all of us learned during the pandemic. Many of us went through that phase of like buying everything, buying everything, and then after like 2 years of going hard, you're like, all right, this is like way too much. I need to calm down and now not necessarily stay in your lane, but just start to enjoy the toy, because then you get piled up all these like toys that are just in their boxes, and it gets a little overwhelming. Is that
Yeah.
something that you went through the pandemic at all, or were you already pretty much
No,
calm by then?
no, it was definitely a huge pile of stuff unopened, which is how Unboxing Thursday started. I was just in my basement. You weren't going out doing anything, so I'm like, let's just open these toys, and I did it live on Instagram, and it was just a cool hangout for the first episode, opening some toys, and then I was like, oh, maybe I can invite somebody on. We can just hang out and open toys together, and then that's how it started in 2020, I think March or April 2020, and just been going ever since.
And one thing I do notice just about you is your level of quality in your sound in your videos. Like, is that something that you're really careful about, that you've looked into, that you just fell into?
Oh, I started as a complete amateur, and then if you watch the early episodes of unboxing, it's like it's awful. I'm also like very critical of myself, but I can watch it and be like, this sucks. Like if an extra guest popped in, I'd have to resize when there was no. I wasn't on StreamYard back then. I was on OBS. So if a new person came through on Zoom or whatever, then I had to resize all my windows and everything in OBS, and it was all shoddy. Sometimes like things wouldn't work. So it was a lot of trial and error, getting the right equipment, and just constantly just trying to find the best quality of content I could give to people. For me, it's if I can't have good audio, if you don't have good video, I can at least listen to you while I'm working. But if like both of those things don't work, then I'm just like this is unwatchable. This is unwatchable. So like I try not to put out stuff like that. That's the baseline. That's the only bar that I set for myself.
How did you get to that bar in terms of just like at which video were you like, I'm tired of this?
No, it was constantly. Even now, I'm trying to work towards how can I make things better. It's just constantly like, what's the best microphone? What's the best camera? What's the best angle? And people who do the podcast with me know once I got the headphones and I'm like, what's that hissing sound? I hear it. It's got their fan on. And then my friend Ernie will be like, dude, I'm sorry, man. It's cold. Or like, it'll be summertime. He's like, I got my AC on. It's hot out here in California. So, but yeah, it's just so constantly trying to get to better quality for everyone, the viewers' enjoyment.
We're slowly trying to get there. And I think Kevin was being polite. That's what happened right before the stream started. What's that?
Oh, I think I know exactly what.
what.
Oh, no. I think it was funny when you started the live and then like the video, your countdown went to the next video, but you're like, oh shoot, why does this always happen? I thought that was a great cold open, like to a TV show. It's just like someone's watching, it's like, oh, that's funny, and then you roll credits, right? And then you roll the song. So, but I know like you played one video in your StreamYard, and then it
Yeah.
stopped, and then it showed you, and then you had to click the next video. Yeah, that's something that I've tested before. So we can talk after about how to avoid that happening again.
Well, I know how to avoid it. I just have to be on it.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Just go into the chat. Everyone in the chat, if you have a question for toying around, I have that one. If you have a question for toying around for any of us, please put it in the chat. We're going to show it. I just want to catch up a little bit. Die Hard movies are yes, they are. One Chick Shooter, Road Warrior, Beyond Thunderdome, Fury Road. That's a good trilogy. I agree with you on that. Conjuring trilogy. We're still in the trilogies.
Nobody said Rush Hour.
No one said Rush Hour.
Oh, Rush Hour.
Hobbit trilogy was butchered. Should never been a trilogy. Rabbit's Den.
True.
How you doing, buddy? How you doing? It's a collector's life cycle. I'm not sure what we're talking about. D Blake Makes, how you doing? Go check out D Blake Makes signs. He's the man. He brought us. I did a opening for some of my signs and for No Chewing. He got us some great ones.
Awesome, dude. D Blake.
D Blake.
Great guy.
We doing card tricks.
Ooh, we should do card tricks.
You got card tricks. All right, we got Tenio is a big winner. Jay Hot.
He did a big
did what?
giveaway. He did a giveaway on his live stream for his 26,000 followers, I believe. I was catching up on him. He was doing a big giveaway. It's like 50 plus people that were. I think you were supposed to sign up. Some people signed up, I believe, when they went to ToyCon. I cannot believe I missed out on that. But he did a big old giveaway, so I'm assuming these are the winners.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
pretty cool.
That is cool. He's so generous. So, like, he
Yeah.
really is just amazingly generous. Mike Hex, how you doing, buddy? This is a we'll get to this, Kevin. What's it like to be able to smell the inside of a Toys R Us? Toying around crust or crust?
Oh, we're getting to this debate. Fair enough.
I think he means crust or no crust. Innocent, come on.
How did those whole Butter Baron, Butter Nation things start? That's actually a question.
Oh, that was gonna be my burning question.
All right, yeah, we can get into it. I was buying Walmart exclusives. I was searching for Walmart exclusives. I think it was Star Wars, and I couldn't find any. While we were there, butter is on sale, and butter in Canada is a little bit more pricey than America. And my wife, when it's on sale, she buys a bunch and freezes it so she could use it for baking. And we get there, and I was already on tilt because the toys I wanted weren't there, the exclusives. And we get to the butter section, and they're like, butter. Normally, butter's like $6 Canadian, is on sale for like $3, $3.50, something like that. So we're like, let's stock up. They're like, limit 5 per person. And I was angry. I'm like, what? They have limit on butter, but not on the exclusive toys? So we bought a bunch, and I went home, and I still had a toy haul because, you don't leave with empty-handed. So I took a pic, and I thought it'd be funny to take a picture with the sticks of butter with my haul, and as a joke. And then these people started noticing. They're like, what does he do with all that butter? Right? And then I think Cheney from the Toy Migos, he's like, what does he do with all that butter? He must be some sort of butter baron. And then the more I resisted the name, the more it stuck. So it's been like probably over a year now. And every time I showed up in a live stream, people would be like, "Oh, the Butter Baron's here, this and that," and the name started getting more ridiculous. And the Butter Nation eventually became the name for the people, the community that come out to the channel. So it's just a silly little thing, but it's it's fun. People make like Game of Thrones style introductions with like Butter Baron stuff, but it's just been a lot of fun.
That's awesome. I didn't realize that in terms of that. I didn't know what everyone was talking about.
Yeah, a lot of people don't. So like when people come on and then the chat just like, "What's up, Butter Nation?" And the guests are like, "What the heck is going on here?"
See, I was aware of it. I didn't know the origin story. So, Chris, when you saw the reel that I posted, were you just like, "This is very random"?
Yeah, all the buttery things.
Post this.
I thought
it was a sex bots back on the chat talking about butter. That's what I thought it was.
No, I just saw the butter on top of the pancakes. I was like, all right, comfort food. Here we go.
Okay. Now I understand the reel. I was like, what the hell is no chewing putting butter on the reel for? I didn't understand it. Now I know. Okay, got me.
Yeah.
That's
none of you asked at all in the last 24 hours why I posted that, but that's fair.
Well,
that's fair.
that's part of being team players. We just go with the flow.
Yeah.
What the hell?
They didn't
whatever
question
the
you.
hell you want.
They got your back.
Yeah,
Hey,
but
someone-
didn't lose his mind, no.
Yeah, you made content. I wasn't gonna like poo-poo it.
It's like, it's weird, but at least I didn't have to put effort into it.
Exactly. Here we go. We got some Walmart exclusive Black Series are always hard to find because scalpers love to wreak havoc with them. Rabbit's Den, me as a new YouTuber, advice on how much time do you invest on your unboxings, editing, and I find myself investing 3 to 4 hours to do one, wondering if that's too much or too little.
That is that's a lot of time, but do you consider like how much content is coming out of that 3 to 4 hours? And don't let that get to you because you're new, because with each video you will find a process that works for you, and that learning curve, it's going to shave down that time. I've gone through like 7 different setups on how I want to do reviews. I still don't have a solid one because like taking this camera off from streaming to go do videos and taking the mic over there and doing all that stuff, finding the right way, how you want to edit. So once you, like you said, you're new, Rabbit's Den. So the more you do it, again, it's a learning curve, and you'll that time will tighten up as you keep working on it. So it may be 3 to 4 hours now. It might maybe like an hour and a half for a review. I don't know if you write scripts for what you want to say. I find that's helpful sometimes, just so I don't go off track or get lost in the train of thought. And then when you do that, then your editing time, you don't have enough, or sorry, you won't have extra things to cut out. Your, things you say wrong, or ums and ahs and all that stuff. And that you're just helping yourself by using a script and things like that too.
Well, Rabbit's Den, from the level of polish that I see, I can tell that you spend a lot of time because the product that comes out is really good. So you're doing something right, definitely. Because the level of care, 3 to 4 hours, definitely noticeable. Because the final product is always great.
I'm gonna go check it out right now. Well, before I forget.
Click subscribe. All of you in the chat, click subscribe. Even the sex bots, please do. Just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it. You're on our chat.
You want something from us, right?
Yeah, come on. Butter's about $1 per stick in Jersey. I have some family in Canada, and when I went to visit them about 10 years ago, you know what I found was extreme. Like, it was the dairy products that were extremely expensive. Cheese is so expensive. Like, shredded cheese to make like mac and cheese is so expensive up there. I think it was like $6 or $7 a package, like a little package. I don't know if it's still the same. That was like 10 years ago. So
yeah, grated cheese, expensive. Yes, Darth Gutierrez, Butter Nation for life.
There we go, Darth Gutierrez.
Nación de Mantequilla, por vida.
Butter Talk brought all this. Rabbit's Den, the setup is longest for me. I write scripts, and thank you very much, Toy Father. All right. Well, one thing that I wanted to kind of like get into is, you have 2 videos that I watched just because in the United States these stores have closed down, as you know, and you probably hear it all the time. And I remember going into them and then watching your videos of going back to Toys R Us really brought back a lot of memories. That Toys R Us that you go to is like pretty much every Toys R Us that I've been into, and it's perfect. It's so perfect. All the aisles look exactly like the ones I went into. My question to you is, how did you shut down a Toys R Us to film your videos? Did you shut down a Toys R Us, or were there just no one there?
No, we go in before they open.
Oh, that makes sense.
If that counts. Technically, I don't think that's the same as shutting it down.
But they were like, okay, cool.
Yeah, I have I've done some for the last 2 years I've done a May the 4th event for Toys R Us virtually. I guess because of COVID, they wanted something special online. So I did like a Toys R Us event with them on my channel. Like the first year was those Clone Wars exclusives, Anakin, Obi-Wan, and 2 of the Clone Troopers. Yeah, and it was cool. Like they brought in some Hasbro, some of the Hasbro Black Series team on to chat, and so I had this like avenue of communication open, and I'm like, hey, I have this idea for some content, and I pitched it to them, and they're like, I'm like, yeah, can I use the store for this stuff? And they're like, yeah, man, that's cool. So I just set that up. That's how it came about.
Well, it's awesome. I mean, first of all, you don't have to deal with crowds, but it just looks so much cleaner when there's no one else there.
Oh, for sure. What's up, DK?
Mike Hack says, what's your dream line that doesn't exist? I love Final Fantasy VI or Chrono Trigger 6-inch line.
A 4 Horsemen created line of Lord of the Ring figures. Trevor, 168, if you're still here, get on that, please. Please tell them, spend the money, get that license. I don't want
Oh my-
anyone else to make it with soft goods other than Four Horsemen. Like, they'll kill it. Their stuff that they're making now is essentially Lord of the Rings, right?
Pretty much,
Yeah.
Pretty
yeah.
It
much.
is.
So
Pretty
just
much.
Yeah.
put those faces down. That's it. You already have most of the stuff made. That's my dream line.
Resident Evil toys. Let's go. Wait, don't they
that'd be
have
good.
Resident Evil toys?
I
Don't they
don't
have
know.
Resident Evil? I thought they did.
I don't know if it's a
But-
line.
Oh
I
yeah,
think
it's not maybe
back
not.
then. I think back then they had some. I'm not sure if McFarlane made them, but I know they had the Resident Evil 2 figures.
Yeah.
They had those. I can't remember if it was McFarlane that did them.
What do you collect? Like in general, like right now, what is like your Black Series, of course, all that. But what is, I guess, what are you trying to concentrate on?
Actually slowing down on Black Series for a little bit, focusing towards vintage collection, Marvel Legends, most of the Lightning collection. I think I have. Super excited for Simpsons from Super 7.
Super 7.
Mm-hmm. Super 7 Ultimates Turtles are fantastic. The Reaction Power Rangers are awesome. I have those, and any other things that I see come out that are I'm looking into more like third party, like the overseas companies from Asia. They're making a lot of cool stuff. Unlicensed, licensed, doesn't matter. It's just trying out something new.
Yeah, those are cool. I buy a lot off of 5K.
Okay.
I'm like, as you know, recently, just this guy.
Yes, the mask. Oh, like
And-
Joy Toy.
Oh, Joy Toy.
1/18th. I don't do like the mech stuff, but they made this kind of like it looked like Chinese ancient, so they have like 3 or 4 figures out. Sorry, 3 or 4 figures announced, 2 of them are out, and these look cool, and Joy
are
Toy kills
amazing.
it with their paint and everything. So
Nice.
1/18th is you can get dioramas that don't take a lot of space. You can get vehicles that take up a lot of space, but not as much as Black Series. But at least you get vehicles, so that's the reason for that shift in direction.
Mhm.
3 3/4 inch or 4-inch mask line. I would say 6-inch for the vehicles, but ridiculously expensive. Mask, yes. I was just talking about this with Yimbo last night. Mask is something that I felt like you were either G.I. Joe or you went to Mask or Transformers. I was a Mask guy, and I want more Mask. I want to see Mask. I think it would be great if they redid that line.
They're not going to make vehicles in 1/6 or 1/12.
No.
They couldn't even fund a HasLab Engine of Vengeance. Like,
Yeah.
that's going to be tough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very sad that it didn't get
Okay.
funded.
Yeah.
We're talking about, okay. So Toy Biz, okay. Made a, what's it called? We're talking about Resident Evil line. 5K has some great Resident Evil figs. They do. Let's check them out. All right. One question for me before we get into burning questions. No chewing in our big Kim's Convenience fans, like big ones.
Right.
So how did you become friends with Paul's son, Lee?
Paul is a collector, and he's here in Toronto, and we followed each other on Instagram one day, and one day I made a post about Amazon having something in stock, and he commented, "Yeah, but are they going to cancel your pre-order?" And I'm like, "Oh, this guy's a real collector. He knows." So I think from that, I'm just, we chatted here and there through social media, and then one day I was like, "Hey, man, you want to do an unboxing one day on the channel?" He's like, "Yeah, that sounds great." I think it was like pandemic or something, and he was just at home, and shot my shot, and he said yes. So and then we just started talking more. Started doing the Boba Squadron podcast, where we talk about the Disney Plus Star Wars content, the shows every week. Started with Bad Batch, then Kenobi, and then he's on The Mandalorian, right? So that blew up, and I'm like, oh shoot, like this guy's doing a Star Wars podcast with Carson Teva. So the nicest dude, and he really knows his stuff. He just doesn't know what he pre-orders ahead of time until it shows up. So other than that, it's great to hang out with him. We just did the newest episode of Hunting Around with him. It just came out last week. It's on my channel, and it's just the two of us going through Toys R Us. And it's better when there's nobody there because we were goofing around, and I don't think we could have gotten to that level of absurdity if there were other customers in the store. But I had a heck of a time. So if you haven't seen it yet, anyone in the chat, I implore you, do so. It's a lot of fun.
Definitely check it out. If you don't subscribe to Toying Around, subscribe right now. Go check them out. But subscribe to us first too. Like do that.
Yeah, you're already here. Click down here and then.
Yeah, Butter Nation, subscribe over here, please.
Thank you. But one thing about that video that I thought was really funny was when Paul forgets what he pre-orders.
Mm-hmm.
And so he says he pre-orders on like, what did he pre-order, that hot toy? Which hot toy?
Yeah.
Ahsoka?
Bo-Katan.
Bo-Katan. He pre-ordered that 4 times. And so I don't know why he doesn't cancel it, but he's going to get 4 of them. So
he has 6 of the Black Series record because he didn't. And like I keep telling him, I made a spreadsheet. You could use a spreadsheet to track all your pre-orders, and he just refuses to use it. He's like, I don't need a spreadsheet. I'm not a nerd. And and I'm like, look at what you're like. It's funny. I do that all the time. Like, I was at his party and I was in a Spider-Man costume, and these people were talking about like Doctor Who or something. And in my head, for a split second, I'm like, look at these nerds. And I'm like, wait a minute, I'm in no position to even say that. So like for him to be like, I'm not a nerd, I don't use spreadsheets. So it's like. It's funny how collecting can be actually.
Yeah, I think it's just when we automatically say that when we think it's like more work. So, all right. So there's another segment we like to do, burning questions. That's where we go around. I know, no chewing. I hope you found another question. Going around and each of us asks a different question to you. And again, if you're in the chat and you have some more questions, there were some great questions in there. Please ask Toying Around. We're right here. I'll ask them live. Why don't we start with no chewing for his burning question?
My burning question was taken because I didn't think anyone was going to ask what the origin was with the butter. But the common, I think the common thing amongst most of us is that we have a significant other that is not necessarily into any of this nerdiness. What does your wife think of your basement in this hobby?
Great question.
She's happy that as long as I keep everything down here, sometimes things get out. I don't know how. Toy Story is my explanation. Sometimes things end up on the kitchen table. But she's very supportive, and when I have ideas, she'll be like, "Oh, why don't we? How can we help you get more space here, or there, this, and that?" So I don't have to sneak things into the house or anything like that. But she'll come down and she'll be like, "There's a lot of stuff here, a lot more stuff than last time." I'm like, "I know." I'm like, "I'm a hoarder." She's like, "Okay, cool," and but she's incredibly supportive, and couldn't ask for anything better.
As long as you restock the butter when it's on sale, you're golden.
That's right.
Send me to the store. That's the one bot you got. The one bot you have is about butter. No, my wife's similar, except for this one time. And recently, I was coming back from a New Jersey Toy Con with Toy Father, And we saw people like D Blake and like Lone Wolf Labs and Mythic and the Plunderlings folks and Fox Forge Toys. And it was clearly like, I don't know, $900 worth of stuff. And I'm unloading all that stuff out of Chris's car, and I'm just like piling it in front of my garage, being like, all right, I'm gonna have like 30 seconds to hide this. As soon as the last box is on the ground, I hear the garage door start to click open.
Oh, she was
I'm
waiting.
I was like, ooh, this is gonna be bad. And like my kids came out and they were like, oh, what'd you get? And even my daughter was just like, Dad, you bought too much. I was like, yeah, you're getting judged by a 7-year-old. I think I hit a new low.
Well, that whole time in your driveway, I saw that whole thing happen because I had to take like a 45 like point turn to get out of your driveway. So I'm like literally like
Like
going
Austin Powers.
like this, like that, and then I look back and I see I see No Chewing's wife going, and I'm like, oh God, this is not good. See you later, buddy.
Actually, the HasLab Galactus, I was very on the fence. I'm like, I don't know if I like Galactus enough to spend $350 on this. And my wife was like, just buy it. And the worst is if you don't like it, you can sell it and at the worst case scenario, make your money back. I'm like, yeah, baby, you're right. I order it and then like it comes and then other HasLab fails and things. Everyone's like, oh, the prices went up and this and that. And I'm like, look at how good this Galactus is. Everyone's photos for $350.
Yeah, $350.
Yes, that whole yesterday's price is not today's price. You can't get that today for $350.
Yeah.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad she told me to get it. Right. And now I have it. It's in front of the laundry drying rack. I foolishly put it there. I thought it'd be this funny
up
prank.
The drying rack.
No, it's fully in the way. I had this plan of videotaping her reaction when she came home, like I'd have it in the front hall, but she wasn't home yet, so I put it in front of the laundry. And she comes home, she starts doing laundry, and it's just in the way. And my whole plan for that video just kind of crashed because she wasn't impressed. But she did push me to that direction to get it. So to answer that question, she's supportive for sure.
D Blake, that's exactly what my wife says, but she's much less supportive of it. I listened to a podcast. It's with one of the HasLab guys. I want to say it was Ryan or Dan. I can't remember. But he was saying that the cost of that Galactus would be like $600 now.
Yeah, I could see
or
that.
something like that. Because of just the inflated prices and everything like that. So there's nothing that will go back to what that price would be.
Even shipping a box that size, like
Yes.
Eternia over at Mattel Creations, I had baked in $50 delivery fee before even calculating how much it would cost to deliver it.
Mhm.
$50 is not even like that's. I feel like that would be a lot more to ship that too.
Actually, part B to my question as well,
Oh.
as you said, like kids and like Toy Story, like how the toys make it from your basement upwards. Do you let your kids pick from your shelves?
Yeah, sometimes. Not right now because there's barely any space to walk because it is a war zone down here. But my daughter used to come down and she'll be like, I've taught her, I'm like, you can play with anything you want. Just tell me first and I'll get it for you. The worst thing she can do is just take the entire shelf out. And not because it'll fall on her, but yeah, that would be bad. But me having to put it back together, and something breaking and falling. But like, she's come down, she's woken up midstream before, come down. I'm like, oh, what's wrong? I'll give her the Pink Ranger from Lightning Collection, take it back to her room, and it's all good.
No, that's cool. I'm the same with my son. He's 5, and his big thing is Joe's. So they used to be in the detolf behind me, and it was pointless to put it back there. It's in a bin next to me, so you can just go straight to it.
Do you buy an extra for him now?
No.
You can say
it's still
yes.
not there.
Is your wife watching? You can say yes if you need to.
No. I rarely buy dupes. The only dupe I bought this year was double retro card beasts.
Oh. Okay.
And have you opened one of them yet?
I have not opened either. They're so pretty. I don't know. I want both on card now.
D Blake, before we go to more burning questions, Kevin, what's your favorite bath?
Oh my gosh. Sentinel. Toy Biz Sentinel.
Recently I just built the Apocalypse, and man, that's so much. That thing is awesome.
Hmm.
Love that one.
I would say
Um,
Blob, but I still don't have the hands from the Toy Biz Blob, so I can't give that as my answer.
Machu Toys. Ah, shoot. No chewing. You should have said I got a moose.
When
all right.
my wife saw my haul, just to like
Yeah.
pull out the mythic moose.
I got
and
a
be like,
moose.
Look what I got, honey. Yeah, I got a general reaction from both kids and my wife being like, "Why? What is this?"
You two,
Just-
you guys aren't in New Jersey, right?
No.
Mass.
Massachusetts. Yeah. So I woke up. That was an epic like trip. I woke up at 3:00 in the morning. Drove over to No Chewing, picked him up, and we got to the con like around 7:30, 8:00.
Okay.
So it was a
Cool.
lot of fun. Danny, what is your burning question for toying around?
Well, first off, thank you for coming on.
Man, absolutely.
I did subscribe to your channel, and I'm going to be checking out some videos. I love new toy review videos and stuff. I used to follow a bunch of people. So, my burning question was, well, before it was going to be, what do you do with all that butter? But now
I shave with
it. So, I mean, just to get into my question, when I first started, even when the pandemic happened, I first started doing, reviews. I used to do my own toy reviews and stuff. That's how I started. I used to be a man card collector. I never opened so my friends would let me borrow their toys and open them up and review them. So I actually got.
That's how you did that?
Yeah, so I wouldn't open my own. I would open somebody else's toys. It was crazy. So yeah. So then I actually started liking the way they were posed and the way they were sculpted. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start opening my own. But then I went into I think I didn't do the stream, anything live, or it was my wife used to actually edit my videos for me.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she would edit my videos for me.
And you had everyone doing everything else. You got the life right there.
Exactly.
Everyone else buying the toys and
it just took so much out of me. It wasn't like, I mean, I think the personality was there because I try to bring positivity and I try to be silly and not take things serious. So I was up there, and then it went from being that to like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna start taking photos of these figures. And that's what led to, just me just doing toy photography now. And that's all I do besides, I do toy talk. So it's funny how I just went right back into like what I used to, but now it's like with a group of people and I'm not reviewing toys or anything. I mean, I open it, but I don't do it. So my question for you was, that being said, my question for you is what do you think sets you apart from all other reviewers or other toy review, other toy reviewers or or anybody that's doing content similar to what you're doing? What do you think sets you apart from all of them?
That's I ask myself the same question. Reviews I've kind of slowed down on a bit because they do take a little bit more work.
Mm-hmm.
I put a lot more time editing the hunting videos,
Mm-hmm.
making short form content here and there. I don't know. I've when I did reviews, I tried to make it use like visually kind of capture you, like transitions and camera tricks and things like that. And then that got to be tough because I'd rather keep my camera on a tripod and have a clean shot. But then you can't move the camera. So I don't know what it is. I don't know why people tune in to me opening toys on Instagram. I don't know why people still watch it on here on YouTube, but as it kept going, more people showed up, people got to know each other, and it just became a place to hang out. And I actually, you know what? I think like you, like I try not to dwell on the negativity of things. There are toys that don't live up to par or I don't know. I just don't spend my time making that content. It's like I don't want to do a review on a video on a toy that I think sucks. there's a lot of people who can do that. A lot of people who make consistent reviews, and they're of good quality. So um I think that's, people come back to hang out in the community, and I think that's it.
And did you ever think that it would get this? I mean, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to ask one more, but did you ever think it would get this far to the point where, you have all this sophisticated equipment and you got all these people subscribing and just all these big
Oh,
following, the whole what do you call it? The Butter Club, Butter Nation.
the Butter
The
Nation.
Butter Club.
The Butter Club is the other channel.
Butter Club gang.
That's
But I
that's
think
where the bots came from.
well, honestly, I think just hearing your story and just kind of like watching a few of the videos, I kind of see where, like, again, it kind of a lot similar to what I was trying to do. That's why I always ask about like what sets you apart, and that's one of the things when I started. And I was starting to do reviews. I wanted to be different from everybody else. So, I was like, you know what? Let me just be me. So I even had this video once where I did all my bloopers and I put all the videos together of me just messing up. And that was the video that everybody loved the most. It was like, yo, dude, you should like put like a whole bloopers. Make
But you
your
know
channel
why
all
though? That's real. That's you.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? And people who subscribe to your channel, you sometimes have to remember, and I struggle with this too. I might not get the toy, be the first person to get a specific toy every time, but sometimes people want to come back and hear what I have to say about it. I don't understand why, but it is your voice and you that sometimes is what people come back for. So that blooper reel, I mean, bloopers are hilarious.
Oh, they're great. I'm telling you, I didn't hear the end of it. I think my son showed everybody in school, so all the kids, every time they saw me, they were laughing. I don't know if they're laughing with me or at me, but the whole time I'm like sticking my middle finger, like, those bastards. But that's great, man. It's good to hear. But that was my question. But thank you.
Yeah, I've been following Kevin. I've been watching your stuff for about a year or so, and I'd say your shows have this really unique vibe to it. It's very laid back, very calm. Again, you're right. You don't really knock anything on that show. It's more like a small group of friends just chatting calmly and about similar interests. It's really, soothing on a Thursday night. I tend to have a bunch of shows I watch when I do dishes, and that's one of them.
Oh man, awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I think it's the laid back in at least for some of the more recent videos, the nice like harp music in the background that really like brings down the mood. And I do, no, seriously, I do appreciate it. It's funny because I equate it before I got heavy into YouTube or with toys. I watched a lot of YouTube fishing videos, and there are a few fishing YouTubers that I watch that have the same type of vibe that you do, but when they're going fishing. So the way I see it is like it's a casual hang of just buying toys, and that's like people want to hang out with you while you buy toys or while you are talking to other people.
Yeah,
that's the vibe I get.
I think so. And then like when the enablers come on,
yes,
which is like a group of my friends, and we're literally just talking to each other. We're opening toys, but we're just goofing around, right, being silly, and the people show up to watch that because I don't even know what happens. There's just like a new meme that comes out every episode, 4 to 5 new memes every episode, and it's just ridiculous, but so much fun.
Josh, what is your burning question?
Do you need any butter, bro?
I'm good for now, thank you. Did you
Listen,
buy
I
a
can hit
silver?
the Walmart.
Did you get a Silver Tempest? What is it? The hobby box or a booster box?
I got booster box, 2 blisters. Yeah, that's what I'm.
What was the
right
best?
now, I'm just looking up the prices. So far, I
Best
got
card,
this one's worth like 50.
Nice.
13 a piece. This one's another 50. And I think I got one more that's worth quite a bit.
I usually
So I
open
pulled
my
the-
packs If I get a special card, I'll ask my friend, "Am I rich yet? Can I retire?" And he'll be like,
Yeah.
"No, keep going." And then I just dump them to my kids, so they don't
Rich,
like.
rich and joy.
Kevin, have
Rainbow
you
Lugia.
talked with Sir Dork 730?
No, I have not.
He's a toy photographer, really nice guy, but he has a story about Pokemon cards in his life and selling them enough to buy a house.
Down payment
Wow.
for a house.
Down payment on a house. But
Yeah.
still, pretty impressive to take a card collection and convert it into a down payment on a house.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's why
I
I tell
mean-
my kids, like, get them into sleeves right away.
Yes, exactly.
That's just.
Yeah.
That's
Um,
cool.
all right. Well,
That's
thanks for the burning questions. Anyone, if you still have
crazy.
burning questions, put them on the chat. We'll
Mhm.
ask them. Now we get to a section in our video because we're starting to come to a close soon. I like to call rapid fire. Now, guys, I haven't gone through this with you, but I added a few more questions on the rapid fire for tonight, so it's a little bit longer segment. So rapid
Okay.
fire is you got 15 seconds to answer the question. I'm just going to answer the question, and then you just say the answer. Okay? All right. Favorite toy line?
Man, I already failed already. Currently, Star Wars Vintage Collection.
Favorite toy?
Hot Toys 89 Batman.
Ooh.
And Jack Nicholson.
Oh, yeah.
because it's a pair.
Yeah. Saltwater or freshwater?
For drinking or bathing?
Neither. Swimming?
Swimming? I don't think I've ever been in fresh. Time? Good?
That's good.
Have you thought about bathing in salt water?
I don't know. I've been put on the spot, so I didn't know what the context was.
Love it. Superpower.
Superpower, teleport. No, wait. Now as an adult, multiple man.
Multiple man. Oh, okay. I get it.
I got a lot of content to make, and I got to take care of the kids at the same time.
Yeah, I hear
I
you.
dig
I
that
know
answer. My answer's always been super speed for the past few years.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I hear you. Now we're getting some extra questions, 3 more that I just thought up. What makes you feel old?
Shoot, what makes me feel old? The other day I went to pick up my son, and like I do every other day, and then my back just gave out, and I was out for a few days.
Seriously?
So that literally, yeah. I don't know. I'm there. That's it. I have to be very careful now.
Wow. What makes you feel young?
This stuff, man. Just walking into a toy store and just being able to get these toys without an adult saying no, because my wife doesn't say no. Makes me feel young when my parents are judging like what I'm doing. They're like, more toys. That makes me feel like a kid again.
More butter.
I'll be like, my dad came over. He's like, what'd you buy a new microphone for? It was like last year. I'm like, remember that guy from Kim's Convenience? I'm going to do an interview with him. Dad was just like, and just walked away. Just like not impressed. Meanwhile, I'm like, I'm so happy. I'm running around like Kevin in Home Alone when he finds out that his family's gone. Just like door to door, upstairs, downstairs.
Has Paul ever done the voice for you?
I don't ask him to. He'll randomly do it. He'll randomly do it when he's on. He'll randomly say like "Okay, see you" to people.
That makes me happy.
That does make me happy. All right, I have 2 more. If you had to give someone who does not collect toys a gift, what would your toy gift be to them?
And I have no idea what they like.
Yes.
Damn. Let's go with like a Marvel Legends Spider-Man. I feel like that's pretty universal, right?
Safe.
It's the same thing. My friend DK, who was in the chat earlier, he wasn't into Marvel Legends before, but I knew he loved Iron Man, and I went to buy a Toy Biz Iron Man for him, and just the old here's a free taste, and then now he's addicted to collecting Iron Men. So
Oh, no way.
yeah.
All right, last question. This is a special edition Canadian question.
Oh boy.
What's your favorite poutine spot, eh?
Smoke's Poutineery. You can get a triple pork. I think it's bacon, sausage, and pulled pork, all on the same poutine.
Is that where can I find that?
Smoke's Poutineery. It's a franchise. You can
Okay.
find them all over the place. It's good because I usually go. I used to go after clubbing to have it, but I've had it when I was sober and it was still good. So it's good.
Credit to my cousin who lives in Canada. I was like, hey, I'm interviewing a Canadian. What can I ask him? He's like, ask him where's his favorite poutine spot, or a wings question, like a Red Wings question, or a Maple Leafs question.
Oh, I don't hockey. I would have failed.
Yeah,
that
I was
test.
like, I don't think he knows hockey. Neither do I. So, last question, Midnight Stars. How you doing, buddy? Do you follow comic books? If you do, what's your favorite comic book line?
I try to. There's a lot of stuff to keep up with, and the coolest thing I'm reading right now. Last week I met Mike Del Mundo, and he does this comic, 3 Worlds, 3 Moons. So I've subscribed to that, and it's really interesting stuff. So I'm into that right now.
That's awesome. Any other burning questions? Well, first of all, that ends our rapid fire questions. So thank you. You passed.
Nailed it.
Killed it. But otherwise, we got another question from Mike Hicks. What's your favorite figure ever currently? Oh, that's
I feel like that's contradictory, but for the moment, this monstrosity behind me, the Sentinel, just because it's a giant, beefy robot, but until I open the Galactus, you don't know. You don't know. I also just got a HasLab Razor Crest. That's not really a figure.
Nice.
But this thing is absolutely gorgeous. Also really beefy. I don't know why I keep getting bigger toys when I don't have the space for it. It's a really bad habit. Oh my gosh.
The Razor Crest. Oh man. Is that just huge?
Oh, it's right there.
Oh my
Here you
god,
go.
that thing's huge.
Oh, that's dope. And that's this is an example of how vintage collections just crushing Black Series. You're able to have stuff like this.
Yep.
D. Blake has one more question. It's a question I think we asked him. How's it on fire? Everyone say if you take one toy, what do you grab?
Oh man. I think I've been asked this before. It's the Hot Toys Nicholson. Because that would, if I need to, sell it in a pinch and get a pretty good head start on a new collection.
That's awesome.
No, that's good.
Tomorrow, Beast Kingdom 89 Batman's coming in the mail.
Oh, okay.
I'm excited.
I haven't seen those yet. Did you order a Mezco?
It's funny, that one went up for pre-order and is going to make it to your house before the Mezco.
Before the Mezco, yeah, exactly. I did pre-order the Mezco. I bought this one thinking like, all right, if it's real good, I'll be happy with it until the Mezco comes. But they have a Nicholson one too, so I bought that. That hasn't come out yet. So
Okay, yeah.
The Nicholson likeness is so hard to come by because that license is so expensive. So not many toys use it.
Right.
So when they do release it, you got to get it.
Absolutely.
Toying around. Thanks a lot for joining us. Really appreciate it. You weren't our backup, and I'm so glad that you came. So happy that you're here because honestly, we got to know you, and you're just a great person in the toy community that celebrates toys, that brings us all together with not just toys, with butter too. So when you see that butter on sale, think about toying around. Is there anything you want to plug? Obviously, your YouTube channel, plug him. I did put all of your plugs in our description for this, so check
Oh,
out
thank
our
you.
description and click the links to his YouTube and all that, and his Instagram, the Butter Nation website. I think that
Sweet.
leads to your merch and all that stuff, right?
Yeah, just you know, the hunting around episode with Paul.
Check that out.
It was like 2 hours of filming, and he was on like the entire time. So editing that thing was it took a lot of time, but I think it came out came out the way I liked it. And hopefully if you haven't seen it yet, please go check it out. That's the newest thing on the channel. Toy content, unboxing Thursdays every week. And yeah, there's a Discord too for the Butter Nation, the enabler Discord, where there's I don't know, do you guys have a Discord? I don't want to plug a different one if you have one.
No, we don't. Do it.
Oh,
Go
okay.
for it.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
the enablers Discord, and there's a lot of different I guess channels in there for everyone to talk toys. It's on all the time. I can post a link in the video or in the chat right now if anyone wants
Check
to
it
join.
out. Yeah. Post
Yeah,
it
it's
up.
fun. I'm in it. I usually talk to I'm blanking on his name, but I usually talk to like it's a Lego guy.
Fred?
Fred, yes, I've talked with him in the past on in your discords about Lego. And what's this month's photo challenge?
This month's photo challenge is the holidays, and we do a photo challenge. Oh, there's a lot of stuff actually. Really cool of you guys to do the toy drive. It's something that I've been trying to do the last few years, just because I have this people paying attention to the channel. But sometimes you talk to someone about donating toys in the holidays, it doesn't. That's not the first thing they think of. And a lot of the time they're like, oh shoot, yeah, I have some stuff at home. I bought an extra card, mint on card thing, and it was cheap, but I haven't opened it. It might not come to somebody's mind. So just getting the word out there. I think you guys are doing a good job of that. So that's super cool. And I'm gonna try to get my $50 haul in. But go check that out. And I forget what else I was talking about.
Your photo challenge.
Oh, photo challenge. The enablers do a photo challenge. It's just to get people, I don't want to say inspired, but like just, if you were looking for an opportunity to take a photo, whatever the excuse may be, we do a new theme every month, and then we look at the photos on the enabler stream on the first Thursday of every month. And sometimes there are prizes, sometimes there are not. It's not a contest, is a challenge just for participation, and you get to see other cool toy photographers. Go follow them if you see them in the hashtag, and you get to discover new toys too.
Awesome. Well, again, thanks so much. Go subscribe, follow Toying Around, check them out. Link is in our description. Check that out. If you haven't already, click subscribe to Toy Talk. Check us out. All of our handles are right here for Instagram. Check us out. We dabble in the toy photography. We enjoy it very much. And everyone in the chat, as always, we've had some great shows with awesome chats. This was no exception. This chat was awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. We can't do it without you because quite frankly, we do it for you. Next week, we got Jason Bienvino from Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. He's going to be talking about that line, that Kickstarter. I cannot wait. I can't wait to get the figures, first of all, but I can't wait to talk to him, answer all those questions. And check us out. So, everyone, if you haven't followed us, follow Toying Around, and we will see you next week for another episode of Toy Talk.